Our next guest is a Jewish Israeli rights activist and a reservist for the Israeli defense who's now been called up to fight. With more than 400,000 followers online, Rudy Rochman hopes to shift global political conversations, he says, regarding the Jewish people and Israel, all while creating space for Israelis and Palestinians to unite and transcend their conflict and generate innovative ways of combating anti-Semitism. IDF reservist Rudy Rochman joins me now from Israel. Rudy, thank you for joining me. We'll, I'm sure, have an interesting conversation. But first up, just tell me, what has this past week been like for you?
A little over a week ago, we witnessed the massacre that happened in the southern border of Israel with Gaza. And at first, we didn't really understand what we were going to. But as we're driving by, we can see all the burnt cars and burnt bodies and dead bodies of all over terrorists and civilians. And it was a crime scene of another degree. That being said, there needs to be a clear message to Hamas that you can take a few lives, but you can never break the morale of the Jewish people and the nation of Israel. We're strong, and we're stronger than ever, and we're united, and we're going to be able to prevail.
Are you concerned, though, because the intelligence wasn't there about this attack? Are you worried that you may be walking into a trap in Gaza?
We don't have the luxury to have those thoughts as soldiers on the ground. What we need to do is to be able to go forward and to look out for our brothers on our right and on our left and make sure that we take out Hamas and try to minimize any civilian casualties. And I think one of the key reasons as to why there's still conflict is because Hamas and the Palestinian Authority, who do not represent the Palestinian people, do not allow freedom of speech, do not allow education to be free and open and in a way that's humanitarian rather than just pushing hatred and bigotry onto the younger populations. And so we need to start understanding not only what is happening, but why it is happening and at its source. You know, when you go to a doctor, you show that you have symptoms, but you have to go to see where those symptoms are coming from. Where is the source? And I think that's the larger conversation that is being missed by a lot of people. We're talking about how many people are dying, but we're not talking about why they're dying. And we must understand the why in order to prevent more people from dying.
You have said that this is a humanity issue. There are women and children inside Gaza who are in desperate need of humanitarian care and assistance. As a member of the IDF, how do you balance that need with your job?
So just to make clear, I'm not currently in the IDF. I'm a civilian that's been brought back on reserves. I got out of the Army 10 years ago, but because we're in this current situation, we have to be prepared to be brought back into the Army in case that there are emergencies like this. That being said, I want to make it clear that most Israelis view Palestinians as their cousin. You know, I've traveled to over 71 countries in my life. Whenever I'm traveling in the world and I see someone from Australia, from India, from Chile, it doesn't matter what country, and then all of a sudden I see a Palestinian, right away I see the Palestinian as my family. We relate to the same land. We have many similar cultures. We have many similar histories. I mean, 30 to 60% of Palestinians descend from Jews that were forcibly converted to Christianity and Islam over time, especially in places like Hebron, Shrem, Yafo, Yatta, Akko, what is Tzfat or Safed, in the places that were formerly Jewish villages, and today are many Palestinians are living there or were living there. Those are mainly Jewish families that at some point been converted, so we have a lot more in common. So going into war, if there are civilians, whether it's men, women, children, elderly, doesn't matter what age, race, background, what they look like, Palestinians are a family. In fact, it's not a war between Israelis and Palestinians. This is a war between Israelis and Hamas. And Hamas has got to go in order for Israelis and Palestinians to be able to transcend this conflict and to build a better reality together, because there is no future where either Israelis or Palestinians disappear. This is our land. It has to be one, and it has to be one for both of us.
Rudy, thank you so much. It's very powerful to hear you speak about our shared humanity at a point like this. Thank you.